And she is a sweetheart, but she's barky when she hears things and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I sent my dog away for the day because
Smart.
I knew he wouldn't have 6 hours of this for sure.
No way.
Well, we're live.
Awesome.
Surprise.
Great.
Well,
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
We're here with Adrienne Allen from the Salina Symphony. Hello, Adrienne.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
We're so glad you're here. Your bright, shiny face. Smiles are always good, especially at this time of the day.
Yes,
It's a
for
nice,
sure.
beautiful, sunny day, so we won't keep you too long so you can get out and enjoy the sunshine. Right, Chris?
That's right. Is it clear? I haven't seen outside yet today much.
I know. We've been on the computer all day.
You guys have been busy. You need to get out and enjoy it after you're done.
Well, now that I'm on my phone, I'll just walk around while we're having this conversation.
Perfect.
Well, Adrienne, yeah, thank you for jumping on. Definitely nice to meet you virtually. And yeah, why don't you go ahead and just start us out by telling us how things are going for you guys and what does the day-to-day look like?
Sure. Well, I think that things are going as well as could be expected. As you may know, we did make the decision to postpone our March and May concerts to next season. And then we made the difficult decision along with our partners at the Eisenhower Presidential Library to cancel this year's Symphony at Sunset, which is a favorite of many of our musicians and patrons, but we're already looking forward to next year. And so that's kind of my focus right now, is really just getting ready for next season. We are planning a full season with, of course, some contingency plans built in for rescheduling if needed. So this time of year, we're just busy putting those concerts together, getting set up with guest artists and getting the season brochure ready and just all the things that go into planning next season. So it feels a lot like a normal year with the addition of many resources, and we're getting a lot of feedback from our League of American Orchestras and just learning a lot about, we're all learning together. So yeah, it's been an adventure just like it has for you all and everyone.
So when is the next concert? When do you anticipate the next concert where people can go take part in?
Right. So we are planning, like I said, a full season with a kickoff that first Sunday of October. And we're really hopeful that we'll be able to be back at the Steeple for that. And like I said, we do have some contingency plans if, things would surge again in the winter. And we just have some ideas of ways we can continue to add value for our patrons if things shift a bit next year. I think the key for us next year, along with many of you and of us, is just flexibility. It might be a bit unconventional, but for example, if we need to postpone some of the winter concerts to a summer series, that's something we can do. So we're looking at a lot of those kind of plans and just trying to be as flexible as we can as we kind of wait to see what it's gonna be like for us to get back to live musical experiences.
When you kind of made the comment about what is it going to be like, what obstacles do you guys anticipate? It's tough to prepare because we don't really know exactly what the future holds. But have you guys talked about and what things might be obstacles for you moving forward?
Right. So I think the unknown and uncertainty of the situation weighs heavily on us, as it does a lot of folks in the live performing arts. I talk a lot with Michael Spicer and Jane Gates and others who are dealing with similar issues. And of course, many of our colleagues around the nation in the orchestra world. And I know Jane and her team are working hard to figure out how do we make the theater as safe as we can with good cleaning practices, availability of hand sanitizer, what is the new normal going to be, at least for the short term. And so, yeah, we're looking at exploring many things that we hope will help people feel safer. And a lot of it is just kind of networking with other people to find out, what the best practices will be moving forward.
Have you guys been able to explore new virtual opportunities as far as reaching out to families and organizations?
Right. Yeah. So that's been one of the kind of really cool things about this is the performing arts world has gotten really creative. That includes the orchestra world. In fact, today kicked off our annual conference, and instead of us all going somewhere, they're doing it online, of course. And we talked a lot about that. What we've been able to do that has been fairly easy for us, we have some other things in the works moving forward, but we've been able to feature 2 to 3 musician performances just like from their home each week on Facebook, which has been really fun and kind of a day brightener. A lot of variety with those, and that's been really fun to have our musicians participate in that. And then this past Sunday, our partners at Radio Kansas broadcast our February 9th concert at 4 p.m., which would have been our original season finale. So I sat on my deck and listened to it, and they sounded just gorgeous. It was really a special thing to be able to do that. And, you know, our musicians don't get to hear it unless they get our archival recording. So for them to get to listen to themselves, it was kind of a special experience. And then, you know, like I said, if we need to stay dark some of next season, we'll be exploring some other things that we might be able to do as long as it's safe for musicians. So we do have some things, some ideas in mind, and then I'm going to actually asking for some musician volunteers to help me brainstorm. And, you know, they're creative, and so hopefully we'll continue to add value as we can from a distance until we can be together again. I think one of the hidden blessings of this is it has we've seen a heightened appreciation for that shared musical experience in person. I mean, I can't wait for that day, you know, that we can all be together again. And I know that many of my colleagues feel the same way.
Oh, for sure. I can't imagine. I don't understand. I'm not techie enough to understand how all these musical people are still making music together but apart. But I can't imagine what it's like to have to be by yourself when you're so used to being a part of such a big group, and just to be able to hear that again will be so amazing.
And that is really something that I think our musicians have had to grieve a bit, because, you know, it is such a community, especially for an orchestra like ours, where, you know, they're not professionally earning a living from playing in our orchestra. We do pay half of our players, but it's minimal. And they do it because they love that experience and they love each other. And so for them not to be together has been a challenge, and I think it's just a matter of kind of finding this temporary normal until we can be together again. And what's been a huge silver lining for us also is that we were not planning our search season, bringing candidates in until the 21-22 season, thank goodness. So this has not affected our timeline, which is wonderful. I mean, we had to postpone a search committee meeting, but we're still plenty ahead of the curve there. So that was just really great.
For a conductor, right?
That's right. So, yeah. So that not the coming season, Dr. Luttrell will be with us again, and he's got an incredible season planned. And the following season, we'll bring in 5 conductor candidates. And I mean, the quality of people is just incredible. So it's an exciting era that we're going into after we get through this challenge, this bump in the road that we're all collectively dealing with.
It'll make it all the sweeter.
It will. I keep saying that, but it's true. I picture it in my mind, like, oh, I can't wait.
Well, it's not funny, but I was just sitting here thinking, half of those musicians, you can't play a horn with a mask on your face. So
right. Yeah. There's just some challenges that we'll have to figure out, and it'll just be the timing is uncertain, and so it's just a matter of exploring all that. And hopeful. I'm hopeful that we'll at least get to start off the season, and then if there's a surge, we may have to be flexible again. That's my hope. So.
And you mentioned musical volunteers. What other ways can people help give back to you guys right now?
Right. So, like, as you know, or as I've kind of shared, our goal is to bring music back to the stage as soon as it's safe to do so. And so I think how people can help us, we've had many season ticket holders donate the March and May portion of last year's season ticket to us. I mean, like 90% of them did. So that has been a huge blessing. which will kind of carry us into next season. And then truly for us, our goal is to be able to just remain focused on the mission. So I know a lot of people have been affected by the economic repercussions of this, but truly just operational support right now is probably the best way to support us and many other nonprofits so that we can stay strong as an organization until we can start seeing the ticket revenue, the youth program revenue, and all that again. So that's really where we're seeing the need. And, like many others, just wanting to stay focused on the mission and just stay as strong as we can as an organization moving into the unknown of next season.
Adrienne, what's your website address if people want to learn more or make an online gift?
Sure. So our address is salinasymphony.org.org, and there is an online donation option. And I think this Giving Tuesday is just such a wonderful thing for us to be a part of. I appreciate all the foundation does to support the Symphony and the other nonprofits. It's just been such a blessing.
Well, thank you. I don't know about you, Chris, but it's been a joy to hear all the passion oozing from all of these nonprofit staff people today. It's like re-inspired us to do our jobs even better. So it's a big community effort.
It is. And I think we're so, we're fortunate to be in a town like Salina that supports not only the human services, but education and the arts like it does. And I think there are a lot scarier places to be than Salina, Kansas, because I think people will step up. I really do, and get us through this unknown, strange thing, and on some of these calls, it's been so interesting. These we're talking like the executive director of the New York Philharmonic, all these leaders, and, no one's been through this. No one's been through a pandemic. The closest, most recent thing they can compare it to is 9/11. But as you know, that was different in a lot of ways. And so we're all adapting and finding renewed energy for the missions.
I love it.
Yes.
Chris, any final thoughts?
No, that's it. I look forward to October and hopefully stepping foot inside a live concert.
I would love for you to be there. That would be great. And they're amazingly good. And the Steeple is a beautiful venue. And I'm promise you'll be impressed.
Every time I go, it's like, oh my gosh, you forget until you're there again how awesome it is. So yes,
you
do. Can't wait to be back.
Yay. Well, thank you both so very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Adrienne.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yes, someday you guys will be able to meet in person too.
Woohoo! It's coming. The day is coming.
Well, take care, Adrienne. Thanks for all you do. Let us know how we can help in any way.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye.